right, let's go ahead and get started with this 5-minute runner mobility by starting off with a few hip openers. So I want you to go ahead, pop up into that high plank. We're gonna take that left foot and bring it to the left hand. Keeping that knee off of the mat, I want you to press out, externally rotate that hip as I rock forward and back. So as I rock forward, I really want you to open up through that hip by pressing out, sinking down a little bit deeper into that right hip flexor. Again, relaxing, and then with that exhale, pressing a little bit lower and deeper into that stretch. Good. Again, we're only here for a short time today, so I want you to switch to the opposite side in 3, 2, and walk it back out into that plank. Right foot comes to that right pinky. Again, as I press down, I'm pressing that outside knee away. Of course, your modification is always to drop that knee if you need to. Shifting that weight back, and then with each exhale, pressing forward. Inhale and exhale. Good, you've got it. Pushing away and away. Good. Again, I want you to stop back out to that plank. We're gonna take that left foot forward one more time. This time that right knee drops to the mat, the toes go long, and I sit all the way up, really pressing into that right hip flexor, extending long into that runner's lunge. Of course, if your balance isn't there, you can stay in that position here, or add in a twist as you rotate towards that knee. Good, you've got it. I want you to give me one good rotation if you're here, or one more deep breath if you're right here. Tuck that toe, walk it back into that plank position, and switch sides. Left knee comes down, left toe points, and then again, you have the option of coming up, staying right here, pressing forward into that left hip flexor, taking 2 more deep breaths. One more inhale, and on that last exhale, tuck that toe, walk back into that plank, quick downward facing dog, and then come to the center of your mat. From here, we're gonna go into a low squat and twist. So however you feel comfortable in your squat is fine. So for me, if you have the hip mobility, you can get really low in that squat. So I'm turning my toes out slightly, sitting back into my heels, taking those elbows, pressing those knees away. So for some of you, this might be your mobility drill. Perhaps you can't get this low, but I want you to work on pressing those knees away, keeping the chest nice and tall, and then being able to pick those toes up off of the mat. So if you want to stay here, you absolutely can. Otherwise, take one hand into the mat. Left hand reaches up towards the sky as you twist, coming back to center, opening up to that right hand side. Good, you got it. You're just twisting, making sure you follow the breath here. Big inhale as I come down. Big exhale as I twist. Always keeping those knees pressed into those elbows to really open up through that hip. Sinking back into those heels. Good, one more deep breath. Good, and coming back to center, I want you to stay in this squat position, but we're gonna extend that left leg long, turning that right toe out, lengthening through that inner hip. Taking both hands to the mat, we're gonna press and alternate through that right side and back to that left side. So each time I open and alternate, that toe twists to the ceiling. Good. Again, it's a big exhale as I open up and lengthen here through the hip and the inner thigh, and then alternating to the opposite side. So for me, my left hip is a little bit more open, and that's okay. So I focus on my right hip as I come down, really sinking into it. Good, you've got it. Last one, and switch sides, and then go ahead and meet me on your stomach. We're gonna roll forward, dropping down to that belly, taking those heels together, toes apart, hand goes on the hands. I'm opening up and just pressing up through the glutes, But when I do so, I'm opening up those hips, really using that side seat, that glute medius, and then lowering back down. So again, I keep those feet flexed, I press up, open, close, and back down. Good, you're here for just about 30 seconds, so move through that positioning slowly. Again, just opening up those hips. I want your forehead on the mat, facing downward. I'm just looking at you so you can hear me. Good, you've got 8, you've got 7, good, it's 6, 5, 4, we're sinking back to child's pose in 3, 2, and 1. Good, press up into the mat, open those hips, which should be feeling good, and then extend those arms long.